So AOC, I think, had a meltdown, a childish meltdown and overreaction towards Elon Musk doing his hand salute. Now, I have already weighed in my 2 cents about this salute, and so has everyone else in independent media. Do I think it was reminiscent of something from the Third Reich? No. Do I think that was a horrible timing, especially behind the presidential seal, to be overzealous and maybe putting your hand to your heart and putting it high in the air? Yeah, it was really stupid. Does Elon Musk care? No. Is it what many people in the liberal sphere are saying? No, it's not. Okay, it is. It is not anything like that. I think it's. I think it was dumb. I think it was stupid. And no, it was not a true Roman salute. Which reminds me again, Hardlands Media has a sponsor. Shout out to the Guild of Millers, who make the finest grain for true Romans, true Roman bread for true Romans. Anyways, I guess for some reason she decided to go on social media, AOC, and well, I think libs of TikTok might have broke her brain.
You're going to do a Sig Hail? You're going to do a Hail Hitler? Or their rebrand a Roman salute from behind the presidential seal of the United States of America? It's on. It's on. And what is so important for us to understand is that as long as we don't give up, it's not over. It's not over. It is not over. Libs of TikTok started crying because I said over the weekend that Donald Trump is a rapist.
Okay, first of all, you are going on Instagram. You are United States congressional representative. Now, there's a lot to say about Elon Musk and Donald Trump. And there's a lot that's going to be done with their entire administration and really how they're going to be governing over us. And let's face it, Elon Musk is going to have a lot of influence. But you see what's happening here? They're turning that hand gesture into something else when, in fact, we're ignoring the bigger issues like the natural disasters and the wars and the unchecked corruption that's happening in Congress. AOC, do you think maybe your Instagram live stream would be more effective if you were calling out Mama Bear and how Congress, men and women, are doing insider trading, both Democrats and Republicans? I mean, I get it, the whole thing about Elon Musk and his hand gesture, but this is what she's focusing on. Remember, unfortunately, at one point, AOC was viewed as this new leader in the progressive community. I take back any kind word I ever said. Because if this is what you're wasting your time on, this is high school mentality. But you know what? We've been told that Congress has a high school mentality. And, you know, and it's just depressing and stupid to see that this is what our leaders are being put down to at this level. This is what's representing the fine people in the United States of America.
And they went on Twitter and they went, oh, boo hoo hoo. And I said, basically, F you, cry more. I don't give a shit. Like, you want to support a rapist? That's on you. That's on you. But I don't. And they wanted to call in all of these threats into my office and all this other stuff. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn.
Yes, she doesn't give a damn, but why would you then go on social media? Now, this video here, it's pure gold because AOC desperately needs a history lesson.
This is the United States of America. And I don't care what Elon Musk is doing behind a presidential seal. In this country, we hate Nazis.
Now, on the one hand, she's correct, but nobody tell AOC about America and its relations with the Third Reich and first name Adolf, last name Hitler in the 1930s before the war took place. No one tell her how we got to the moon. No one tell her about the V1 and V2 rocket and the scientists that were there in Germania and how they helped us get to the moon. No one tell her about how Ford Motors gave vehicle and weapon, not weapons, vehicles and engine parts and materials to the fine people of Germania in the 1930s. No one tell her about Walt Disney and his fanboying over little Adolf. No, that's true. Look at Disney, Walt Disney, and his opinion on the Third Reich. No one tell her about, influential political families that still rule over us that were big fans of fascism. And no one tell her about how the heroic Marine General Smedley Butler tried to inform and warn Roosevelt that there were business tycoons and influential people that wanted to do a coup and actually make him the leader. And he did the right thing by going before Roosevelt and Congress and giving them this warning. And they pat him on his head, told him good job, and nothing was done. No one tell her that. Nobody tell her that. Now, yes, of course, the United States fought against the Axis powers. Before there was a war, there were a lot of influential people that wanted to be friends and allies with the Third Reich. And after the war, let's just say we got some of those fine Germanic minds to put us up on the moon. So AOC making that statement of, we hate those guys, those real bad guys, the baddies. It's a little bit of a gray area there. YouTube rewind time.
Find a presidential seal. In this country, we hate Nazis.
Oh, and hold on. Wait a minute. I was going to save that for last, but Mousef, yes. No one tell AOC about, the situation in Ukraine and this little known thing called the Azov Battalion. No one tell her that either. It might make her panic just a little bit.
Kind of like a foundation.
Hold on.
Is doing behind a presidential seal. In this country, we hate Nazis. Kind of like a foundational defining thing. Two of probably the most foundational defining things about American history is that we beat the Confederates and we beat the Nazis. And I don't know what side people may be on today, but I still am not rocking with anyone sympathetic to Nazis. And I will do that until I am 6 feet in the ground.
But hasn't Congress given money to groups and militant groups that are doing, regime change wars and coups? Haven't we, also certain members of Congress who've been in politics for many decades, who come from dynastic families, kind of maybe sort of had a little bit close relations? I mean, even though World War II, many decades after, its legacy still remains, and those that were involved in some financial dealings are still around to this very day. I mean, little known fun Wikipedia fact. Did you know Coca-Cola used to also give supplies and materials, ship it overseas? Do you want to know what some of the Germanic officers of the Luftwaffe would do? Well, they'd make some nice cold Coca-Cola refreshments, right? And because they were in the desert, they'd have to tie it to the bottom of their airplane, fly it up in the sky where it gets real cold, and they land it, and hey, ice cold Coca-Cola. Another American company. Folks, never ask the origin story for Fanta.
Kind of foundational to me as a human being. And so if you're cool and want to defend.
Oh, B. This is why I love my audience. B. With that Target hit. You better never wear Coco Chanel. I forgot about that. While Coco Chanel is not an American company, let's be clear on that. The company. If you ever want to Google something, check out Coco Chanel and when the Germans occupied France during the Second World War. There's a little bit of some fantastic storytelling that the people might have forgotten about that they desperately need to know. So don't wear Coco Chanel.
The Sig Heils and the Nazi salutes, all the whatever you want to do, that's on you. I'm on the opposite side of that. I'm not with the Nazis. How about that? I mean, but it's very important for us to assert these things.
Yes, because AOC wants you guys to know that, hey, those are real bad guys. And Elon Musk doing that salute was very controversial. And everybody was upset with what Elon was doing and his over gesture. And the thing is, we've been seeing on social media, you have those who are defending Elon Musk by saying, hey, you have Democrat politicians that were doing this very same kind of hand signal, but there's a vast difference, with the Democrats doing it. And I get it. The right kind of camera angle, it kind of looks like it, but it's not. And one can make an argument too that this is all a distraction. And Missy Winston's quote is so relevant now. I mean, again, you're trying to they're having you look at one shiny thing over here when you should perhaps be looking at that other thing over there. Okay. And look, I saw a clip from Due Dissidence, and I'm so glad that they uploaded this here on social media because good salute, bad salute. It's all in the wrist. And who better to explain it than Keenan Russell? Break it down, gentlemen.
See the salute? It's all in the wrist. So I remember when Laura Ingraham went on stage at the RNC. I think it was 2016. May have been 2020, but I'm pretty sure it was 2016. And she waved to the crowd, and her wrist was like this, which is not good. You don't want to do this. You want your wrist like this. You want an open face wave.
Hey, listen. Because I was watching this segment. Don't do a demonstration on YouTube. And no matter what, I am not doing a demonstration either. Super chats, no. I better not get that because I could see somebody trolling. Hey, if I give you this amount of money, would you do a demonstration? I don't think so. Nobody do a demonstration. Nobody.
To the crowd. This good, this not good.
Sure.
Good, not good, good.
That goes without saying.
Right.
That
So
those
somebody
pictures are
like
very
this is not
unlikely to
evidence.
really be what they're saying it is.
So just taking a still of someone like that, that's what makes the Elon thing so funny is the intentionality of the physicality. I won't do the thing, don't worry. But he goes like he just fucking so emphatically does it on video.
Even does the Il Duce jaw.
Yeah, right, exactly. Like the whole thing is like just so emphatically with such gusto. That's the smoking gun. See the salute? It's all in the wrist. So I remember when Laura Ingraham went on stage at the.
Okay, so yes, good salute, bad salute. Whatever you do, just don't enact it. Okay, and yes, you have people on social media, using Warren, Clinton, Obama, Kamala, and yes, even AOC, freezing them at that nature. Again, it's a perfect freeze frame, but with everything that's happening right now on social media and with everybody panicking, Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, you're going on Instagram Live complaining about that. It's what, the second day of the Trump administration? And this is what you're wasting your time on, when in fact you should be calling out corruption within Congress. You should be calling out the failures of the Democratic Party. I mean, this seems like, again, if this took place in 2016, perhaps there'd be more traction to it, or perhaps maybe people would be screaming more about it. These are the last vestiges of Trump derangement syndrome and focusing on Elon or Donald Trump. And look, folks, there's going to be plenty of time to criticize them both because they got a lot of policies that will be very pro-establishment. And I think it's very important for us to keep an eye on what this administration will do. I am very concerned and fearful, especially in this day and age where censorship does play a huge role in silencing independent voices. Whether or not Trump is truly going to follow through with his promise to protect free speech is still up in the air. I am hopeful that he does follow through with that. But then again, hope is the first path to disappointment. But this hand gesture, that Roman salute, whatever you want to call it, if this is the hill that the Democrats are going to be fighting on, it should tell you already that electoral politics, if you haven't given up on it already, you should now, because they're going to be focusing on this. And of course, those who are politically different than the liberal Democrats are going to be bringing up stilled imagery of Democrats being caught in freeze frame, almost looking like they're doing the exact same thing. Hand gestures. Here's my hand gesture. Thumbs down. I said 2025 was going to be an interesting year. I wasn't expecting so much stupidity. That's all. I had a little bit more of a high hope, but I'm always being disappointed.